Welcome everybody. Today's video finds us about 3 kilometers or so north of the city island of Ayutthaya. And what we're going to do today is we're going to look at one of the most significant temple ruins that are outside of the historical park. It's a restored ruin that's in really nice shape. The name of it is Wat Phraya Maen, and it derives probably from the name of a Burmese noble that allied themselves with the Ayutthaya kingdom, probably back during like the White Elephant War or thereafter. Anyway, this temple here, it has a significance that goes to the reign of Ayutthaya King Phet Racha, which was like 1690s, early 1700s. He was an ordained monk here for a brief period of time, and the head abbot told him that he would one day be king, and whenever he became king, he came back and he elevated that monk up to a high rank of Buddhist monks, and then he also did a complete overhaul of this temple. It had some massive thick walls. It was eventually captured by the Burmese, you know, whenever they came in 1767, but most of the temple complex itself stayed intact. The roofs collapsed and the temple was abandoned thereafter. So anyway, we're going to walk through here. I'll tell you a little bit about the history of it as far as I know, and we'll just kind of enjoy this.
Planning a trip is always stressful, but YeSim takes one of the stresses out. Open the Apple Store or the Google Store, search for YeSim, install the app, and then you can search your plans. They have regional, they have country specific, or they have worldwide, and you can have pay-as-you-go plans as well. Installing the app is super easy. First-time users use the code ENDLESS25 with a capital E, and it will save you up to 20%. It takes about 3 minutes. Just follow the simple instructions. You can activate the plan immediately or upon arrival. Then all you simply do is open up the settings, turn your line off, turn YeSim on. You can check your balance at any time through the app, and then when you're at the airport, just simply walk by and enjoy your holiday.
Now the way they would come into the temple is this is the Khlong Sra Bua. It's the canal, and it dead ends right here. But in the old days, this would have been a major thoroughfare. Now the locals that are over here, they're growing, looks like some grapes and stuff like that. The temple itself is right up that way, and then there's some more ruins over on the other side of this. And then there's a couple houses that have been built right over here at the edge of the temple grounds. Yeah, the temple itself is really fantastic. And the fine arts department have came in here, they put signage up, they put these bicycle racks, and they made it pretty nice. But what's unfortunate is the locals, they just toss trash everywhere. So you got to come over here and step around the trash that just is kind of strung about. Let's take a look at the bell tower that's right over here. So it's missing the top of it, but you can still see kind of the lotus flower arches that are up there. So they call it the rakang, which is like the bell. You can see how it's styled here. How they carve those bricks down. Now there was no stairwell that would have led up there, so they think that they probably climbed up there by a ladder. So they had some bamboo ladder that they would have shimmied up there and rang the bell. You can see the styling right there in that plaster, and then how it was kind of formed around those bricks. And then there's probably some like wee hands and stuff like that that were over here. And then there's a pretty large pile of bricks back over there in the trees around the little moat. And the moat's mostly dry right now. You can see a set of stairs over there that would have brought you down from the temple ground to the moat. And then over here, this is kind of an interesting part. It has the like a water thing, so it showed that there was some advanced plumbing here at this temple. Yeah, so this would have been a humongous water tank. And then you can see right here, these are the terracotta pipes. So it shows that they had the advanced Western plumbing that would have been here, just like at the Grand Palace. The Grand Palace had the terracotta pipes also. And then there's a huge water tank that's over there near the Grand Palace, YeSim pit, and that would have all been tied into the plumbing. Now what's interesting is this would have probably been a low-lying area, so they built this all up over here to keep the temple from flooding. And we got one of the locals out here, and then they got some, I haven't seen these guys before. They got 4 policemen riding around on mountain bikes around out through all these sites. Yeah, this is starting to get overgrown pretty bad here. The Fine Arts Department will have to come in and trim all this stuff back one of these days. They do a nice job whenever they restore it, and then they kind of forget about it often, and it starts falling apart. The locals will push cows over here. I've been at this temple before, and the cows come right up to me. And so this is the temple wall here. And this would have built, it would have had like an arch right here, and it would have had like a castle look to it. And then the main temple hall here. It's fantastic. I mean, what a great ruin this is. And nobody ever comes over here. This is away from the main sites on the island, and so this is always just missed. Yeah, so when they restored it, the Fine Arts Department put all these bricks down here, but you can see kind of the original stuff here. This is the old chetty, and it had a stairwell that would have taken you up there. It's missing the top, but you can still see here where they had the little notches. Those would have been probably for either Buddha images, or they could have put candles in there also. And you can see it has the redented corners, and it would have probably had a top like that with the little nooks there that would have had a place for an image also. You can see over there that would have been another little hall. You can see the entrance right there on the east side. And I really like it. There's quite a bit of the original plasterwork around the base. You can see how it's a prong-shaped chetty. Looks like there was holes there. Probably looters came and drilled those holes looking for the relic chamber. Yeah, it's a shame that one's gone. You can see the tree growing up there. So these were late Ayutthaya styling. And the late Ayutthaya comes in like after the White Elephant War was the middle Ayutthaya, and then around the Petracha is the late Ayutthaya up till the fall of the city. They break the kingdom down into different time periods to shows the different architectural styling. You can see here, this would have been the Ubasot, or the ordination hall. That's what these bases are. This would have had that Buasima stone that you see at a lot of the temples. And then it still has the styling over the doors with the bricks. So this was elevated to a royal temple under Petracha. That's why there's 3 doors. And you can see how thick those walls are. And they would have had beams coming out. You can see one way in the back right there. And that would have given you a porch around the outside of it. And it would have had all the styling around the windows and that little chetty thing over the top of them. Yeah, you can see how the styling was there. Oh, this would have been a beautiful temple. We got a pigeon right up there nested, and one at the very top. And then you can see there's little nooks in the door, also at the bottom of the door. That would have probably been for a candle. So they would have had ceremonies at night. Let's go up in here. Yeah, so it looks like the bricks are sloughing off here. And then you see they have all the nooks in here. So Phnom Chong has a bunch of these little nooks like this. So they could have done it again for small little Buddha images or candles. Now, when this temple was promoted to a royal temple by Petracha, they had a ceremony that lasted several days, and 300 monks came and chanted the whole time. And they have a little place there would have had an image also. And you see how at the top it looks like the pointed part of a lotus flower. And that was pretty popular under King Narai. It was kind of a Persian influence. And then after that, you would see it a lot more. Oh, this is really cool. So the Buddha image is here. They just have the torso. There would have probably been several of them up here on this pedestal. And then you see more of the little nooks right there all around it. And the main image would have been in the back that probably got looted off, or the Burmese took it, because I think the Burmese captured this temple. And then this is on the west side. You can see these stairs are quite steep. And then the base of a chetty, that would have been a larger chetty, and probably another building over there. Now the traditional styling is a little different here at this temple, because you normally would have had, in the Ayutthaya, you would have had a Wihan and an Ubasot with a huge chetty in the middle, and then the monk quarters would have been over here to the south, while these are kind of strung about a little bit differently. You can see the back doors. So the fine arts department put that new wood in right there, but really, really cool. You see up there, that would have been also for some beams, and you would have had a little porch here on the back of the temple building. You can see how a lot of the plaster is still there here also. Really, really nice. And it looks like some of that little glass would have been in there. You can see that green stuff right there at the top. And on this wall, you can see a couple more of the pieces of wood that would have came out, and this would have been a walkway to go around the temple building here. Oh, these trees are just completely overtaking it. Yeah, there's a lot more of that glass right there. And this would have been a pretty good sized chetty here, and it's octagonal shape, which would have been late Ayutthaya also. But it's not a significant chetty. It wouldn't have been the huge ones that you see at a lot of the temples. And we got the moat and the countryside all down out through there. And then we got two more chetties right here with those redented corners. It has all the normal elements that you see with late Ayutthaya. And it's kind of on a rectangular pedestal. But they're 12-sided chetties. And it's missing the very, very top. That's just right here behind the hall. Yeah, really a beautiful building. And you see out here some more stuff. Now when they excavated, they found quite a bit of artifacts. They found Chinese artifacts. They also found like a smelting pit out here. I'm not sure exactly where that was at, but it was on site. And you can see what this was here. Let's walk over to this other little building here. You can see how huge this temple ground was, though. Oh, this is annoying here. So this is right here on the temple grounds. You got some people that came in and dumped their trash. Fly tipping, as the British say. And this is the last little building here. So up top was the main stupa, and they had a place for the people to go around it clockwise to pay their respects to the Buddha. You can see now it just has the trees and stuff like that growing up on top. Yeah, so this was 8 meters long, and it would have been right here. This is where you could have walked around up here. Not much of it left, just the base of it with an opening right here, and you could have went inside of it. Yep, that's the last of the temple we'll look at. Really a cool site out here that most people don't know about. Well, that'll finish up our video over here at this Wat Phraya Maen. Now, they don't know exactly when this temple was built, but they do know from the royal chronicles that there was a lot of ties to Ayutthaya King Raja in the 1690s to early 1700s. That's whenever the main restoration of this temple happened, and he promoted it to becoming a royal temple. And access to it was by the canal. And if you go straight south of here, that leads you to the Lopburi River, and also the Grand Palace and stuff like that is straight south. And there's several ruins in this area, but this one is the best one, and it's probably one of the best preserved outside of the historical park. It's really quite nice, and nobody knows about it. Just the locals are out here doing their thing. And so you can come over here. If you come out by bicycle or by motorcycle, you can get over here and check it out. You'll be out here by yourself. I've been out here before and the farmers push their cows in, and it's kind of funny. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and you get to see some more stuff like this. And if you have any questions or comments, or if you've been here or you want to know anything specific, or if you know more than I do, let me know also. And until next time, from over here in Ayutthaya, remember, life is a journey. So until next time, enjoy.